The logic within the arguments of the left liberal intelligentsia deteriorates faster than MS Dhoni's reflexes during stumping. When it comes to their convenience, they start attacking the messenger rather than coming up with a solid response to the rightful points being raised. But hypocritically, they try to defend forces that are openly inimical to the interest of India or Indian democracy. This is indeed what is happening in the uncanny fascination of the leftist cabal, who are desperately coming up with a retarded logic to defend their foreign master, George Soros. Namaste and welcome to TFI Post. I'm your host, Polish Gupta. Let's begin. The latest case in this theater of absurdity started with the article published in the Indian Express. The title of the article read, and I quote, "In New Delhi, George Soros is old, dangerous and on a watch list. At UN, he isn't a problem," unquote. The article was co-authored by Nirupama Subramaniam and Shyam Lal Yadav. In this article, the authors claim hypocrisy on the part of Indian government. They used the argument that India has been giving funds to the UN Democracy Fund since 2005. As per the official website of the UNDEF, it funds, helps design, manages, mentors and generates civil society projects for democracy throughout the world. For that, UNDEF grants funds to various NGOs. Now, some of these NGOs are linked to notorious billionaire George Soros. He had been openly conspiring to meddle with Indian democracy and had announced his intention to spend billions of dollars to get his favored outcome in elections, that is, to dethrone the Modi government. The authors of the article went further and hinted that the Indian government is indirectly funding George Soros' NGOs. Now this becomes murkier as Mr. Yadav is part of the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, ICIJ. Apparently, the ICIJ draws funds from George Soros Open Society Foundation, OSF. The article adds that since 2005, India has given funds worth $32.65 million to UNDEF. But the authors deliberately peddled half-truth and hid the fact that a majority of these funds were transferred during the UPA era between 2005 and 2014. Post-2014, the Modi government gave around $9,70,000 to UNDEF, which comes up to around 3.1% of the total. This means that nearly 96.9% of the funds given to UNDEF were given during the UPA government. Several netizens pointed out problems in the Indian Express article. While some questioned the intentions of the article and claimed it to be a part of handjob, others highlighted the links between Mr. Yadav and Soros OSF. Some real fact-checking Twitter handle bifurcated the donations to show that the claims made by the authors were misleading, as the NDA government was already plugging off this indirect source for NGOs linked with George Soros. BJP's IT cell in charge Amit Malviya hit back, claiming that the article was a bad attempt at painting the Modi government with the colors of George Soros. Within no time, a war of words started between the authors of the article and several notable Twitter handles, in which they highlighted the problems within the article and questioned the authors for not mentioning these relevant facts within the article itself. Responding to the controversy created around the UNDEF, MEA spokesperson Arindam Bagchi stated that this presents a misleading image of the overall situation in India. He categorically stated that issues related to George Soros and UNDEF are separate and should not be mixed. He added that India makes contribution to UN bodies as per the UN framework. He said, and I quote, "As a responsible member of the UN, India participates in and promotes various UN activities. This includes contributing to a number of voluntary funds and programs of the UN, and UNDEF is among one of them." Contrary to the projection shown in the article, the Modi government has been taking stern actions against NGOs that are trying to undermine Indian democracy by passing Indian laws for foreign donations or carrying out illegal activities. Such NGOs have been shut down in hundreds of numbers, and a great portion of them are related to George Soros. As far as the Minister Jaishankar's remarks about George Soros are concerned, he is indeed an old, rich, opinionated and dangerous person, and India will not let him or his lackeys meddle with Indian democracy, and it doesn't matter in what guise they try to present the same irrational things again and again.